Welcome into Steelers Talk. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today we're going to be talking about the latest Steelers injury updates. We got three really big injury updates today. I have two up on the screen right now, but it's really three, but two of them are pretty major, all right? Before we go with Thursday Night Football versus the Cleveland Browns tomorrow, and then a Steelers executive in the front office has been mentioned as a potential fit for the New York Jets' new GM opening after Joe Douglas was fired earlier this week. Before we get into the content today, do me a favor and click that subscribe button, because tomorrow, Coop and I, we're going to be going live for Thursday Night Football, Steelers versus Browns. It's going to be a big one, man. It sounds like it's going to be even snowing tomorrow in Cleveland, so it's definitely going to be AFC North type of weather. Can't wait for that, guys. We're going to be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern time with our start of our coverage. It's going to be a really fun night, so if you want to come join us, and we have the largest Steelers watch parties here on YouTube, guys. So I really do appreciate all of your guys' support, and make sure you click that subscribe button to never miss a watch party. So first, we'll start with the bad news here, which is that Trice Jr, who's been a full participant in Steelers practice this week, is not going to be available for Thursday night's game against Cleveland. Now, the full participantship certainly pointed in the direction that Trice could potentially make his return this week from a really nasty hamstring injury that he suffered earlier this season. But it seems like the Steelers want him to be back to 100%, a full go whenever he does come back. And now with the Steelers getting close to a mini bye week as they prepare for the Cincinnati Bengals in week 13, it seems like they want to give Trice Jr. just that little bit of extra time. And the Steelers do have good depth in the secondary, as is without Trice Jr., right? James Pierre has been getting in there quite a bit, even though he's not very good, if I'm being completely honest. You do have Cam Sutton, who has experience on the outside as well. And then you got a bunch of safeties as well. So if you really have to go to it, guys, you can go to multiple safety packages if push comes to shove against the Cleveland Browns. So really want to see Trice Jr. out there, but it's not going to be out this week. Okay, now let's get to the big news here on the Cleveland Browns side of things here, and they have a lot of injuries on the offensive tackle position. DeJuan Jones is out for the season now with an ankle injury he suffered last week, and now Jedrick Wills, who has been out for the last several weeks, will once again miss this week at left tackle, which was a big news here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because now they're going to be down to their third string left tackle for Thursday night, and it's going to be Germain Ifedi, who has less than 100 snaps this year at left tackle, and in those snaps, he has not played very good football, okay? So there's a huge weakness for the Cleveland Browns tomorrow at left tackle. I would expect them to run away from that left tackle quite a bit, so expect a lot of runs to the right for Mr. Nick Chubb tomorrow evening, and then also I would expect the game plan to include a lot of quick passes for Jameis Winston, not only because the weather sounds like it's going to be sucky tomorrow, but also because it's looking like Nick Herbig, who we know has absolutely destroyed games so far this year when he's been on the field, is going to have a huge mismatch versus Ifedi tomorrow night. Now, we have seen Nick Herbig completely destroy the game in multiple ways throughout the 2 years of his NFL career. Late last year, he had a huge strip sack on Geno Smith in that Seattle game to keep the season alive late in that season. Then just last week against the Baltimore Ravens, coming back off of that hamstring injury, he punches the ball out of Derrick Henry's arms, and he never fumbles. So Nick Herbig is a completely game-changing type of talent, and he is going to have a huge mismatch versus the Cleveland Browns left tackle, Germain Ifedi. So look for Nick Herbig to be a big-time X factor for the Steelers defense tomorrow night, and for him to feast just days before Thanksgiving. Okay, now, the one that was expected, but now it's confirmed, is Alex Highsmith. We knew he was going to miss most likely these next two games since he had that ankle injury against the Commanders, and it was confirmed today that he will officially be out this week with that ankle injury. And we're hoping that, with the mini bye and he has an opportunity to really focus in on his rehab, hopefully he can be back for that matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati in week 13. But if not, it sounds like he will be back for when this team plays the Browns again in week 14 at Acrisure Stadium. Now, let me know down there in the comment section, what is the percent chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers win tomorrow against the Browns? It's on the road, on a short week, division rival. Weather's going to suck. I do think if the Browns are going to steal one against the Steelers this year, it's probably going to be tomorrow, but I would still classify the Steelers as favorites. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section on a scale of 0, meaning no chance the Steelers win to 100, meaning there's no way they lose this football game. Let me know down there in the comment section for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds, and I'm also going to be talking about our sponsor today at Turtle Beach. While I'm talking about Turtle Beach, go down there in the comment section and let me know the percent chance the Steelers win tomorrow night. Today's episode of Steelers Talk is brought to you by Turtle Beach, the #1 brand in gaming headsets and accessories. You won't be hearing Santa coming down the chimney this Christmas Eve if you get Turtle Beach's new Stealth 700 gaming headset. Turtle Beach's Stealth 700 Gen 3 headset picks up so much crystal clear sound in the game that's basically cheating. Santa could crash land right in your living room and you won't even notice. There's also no better way to block out Aunt Carol asking you about your love life than with Turtle Beach's game-changing superhuman hearing technology. You'll hear every explosion, every loot box, and every footstep like they're right in the room with you. Plus, their headsets are so comfortable, it's like a cozy Christmas sweater for your ears. You'll forget you're even wearing them. And with 80 hours of battery life, you can game throughout Christmas without even charging once. Whether you're treating yourself or looking for that perfect gift, now's the time to snag the headset that everyone's talking about. For a limited time only, our listeners get 10% off their entire order when you use code CHAT at turtlebeach.com. That's 10% off your entire order at turtlebeach.com with promo code CHAT. Here at Chat Sports, we have multiple dynasty leagues, whether it be College Football 25, Madden 25. We love to play football games here at Chat Sports because that's what we like to do. We like to have competitions as to who knows football the best. And usually I'm on top and I'm getting those wins with my Turtle Beach headset on my head. So get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today for a limited time only. Head to turtlebeach.com and use code CHAT for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code CHAT. Don't delay. Get the perfect gift now. Happy holidays from Turtle Beach. Now let's shift over to the front office side of things of today's edition of Steelers Talk, where Steelers assistant GM Andy Weidl has been mentioned among a list of candidates that could be a fit in New York to be the Jets' new general manager. Now, when it comes to this sort of thing, man, I don't want good people in the Steelers front office to leave. I really don't. Weidl's been a real asset to Omar Khan and this Steelers front office, but Omar's doing a really good job here. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And if Weidl gets an opportunity to go be a GM elsewhere and he's earned that opportunity, I'm wishing him the best of luck to potentially lock up that job. I think that his philosophy would work well there with the New York Jets, building up the trenches, all these different things, the analytical side of things that Weidl and Khan have implemented here in Pittsburgh has certainly worked. They've done a great job building up this Steelers roster. You can even make an argument this is the most complete roster in football right now, and Weidl has been a big part of that. So I could certainly see why these teams are looking at Weidl as a potential option to be their general manager, and I'm really hoping that he can lock up one of those jobs, just like I was hoping Brian Flores was going to lock up a defensive coordinator job or a head coaching job when he was here in Pittsburgh, even though you still had Terrell Austin here as defensive coordinator. You never want to see good people leave, but you want to see good people get good jobs and good opportunities. So I'm genuinely hoping that Andy Weidl gets an opportunity to show what he can do with New York or elsewhere. And if he does go to New York, I think an opportunity is potentially there to hire the guy they just fired in New York in Joe Douglas, who I think has had some pretty good success in the draft. He drafted Sauce Gardner, he drafted Jermaine Johnson, some of the really, really good pieces that they have there in New York right now. He drafted Garrett Wilson. Like, he obviously has an eye for talent. And, I think the thing that really killed him was the quarterback evaluation stuff, right? You got the Zach Wilson draft pick wrong, and then you got the Aaron Rodgers trade wrong, right? So you got those two quarterbacks wrong. That's why Douglas is out of the building right now. But his ability to identify talent outside of quarterback is pretty good. And if Russell Wilson's going to be here for the next 5 to whatever years, he says he wants to play, then you don't really need to be searching for a quarterback. And honestly, even if they were, I think Omar Khan and this Steelers team could do a good job evaluating what kind of quarterback they would want to bring in. Now, let me know down there in the comment section, would you want to hire Joe Douglas as the next assistant GM if Andy Weidl ends up going to the New York Jets? Simply give me a yes or a no down there in the comment section to let me know what you guys are thinking. All right, now the AFC North battle tomorrow. It's going to be a weather game, it sounds like, between the Steelers and Cleveland Browns. I didn't mention that really in my preview that I released yesterday here on Steelers Talk, so I want to address it now, and I do think it will have an impact on the final score of this game, because I do think it'll be a lower score game. I think it's going to be more about the run game and which team can dominate on the ground more. It's going to be trench warfare. It's going to be coming down to which team makes less mistakes, who controls the football, who can execute in the red zone when they get in there. And I do think it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, but because of all the things going against Pittsburgh this week, they're coming off a game against a physical Ravens team. They're coming into a short week against another division rival that knows them well. I think it's going to be closer than people think, but I do think the Steelers are favorites and should be favorited heading into this matchup. So give me the Steelers to win a low-scoring affair, just like it was last week against the Ravens. I'm going to go 17-13. Steelers win. It's going to be their 6th straight win in a row. And once again, after just scoring 17 points, I think people are going to keep doubting the Steelers. And as far as I'm concerned, keep doubting, because this Steelers team is legit. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support making it to the end of today's video. Again, Coop and I are going to be going live tomorrow for Steelers Talk Live watch party here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Super chat giveaways, super chat battle, all that great stuff. We might have a couple surprises for you guys as well. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until tomorrow, guys, here we go, Steelers.